Coming up this morning on Action News, a 100-year-old building in Yakima reduced to rubble after a fire ripped through it this week. Officials say it started because of an electrical issue, and crews were there for nearly 3 hours. We'll share the details. Plus, respiratory illness season is in full swing, and statewide data shows a spike in hospitalizations and ER visits. Local health leaders say, though, we may have seen our peak, but officials are still monitoring the situation. We'll hear from them. And a small section of the Richland Marina Trail needs some work. Pillars falling and the shore washing out, but it hasn't gone unnoticed. This week, city officials have started to examine the options on how to fix it. We'll catch up with an engineer to talk those options. That story and more coming up as you start your day with us right here on Action News. Good Thursday morning, everybody. I'm Dave Furtado.
And I'm meteorologist Jefferson Donovan.
And Jefferson, in the world of weather, it seems like we're still dealing with maybe a little bit of fog or at least some low cloud coverage this morning. Yeah,
fog and clouds certainly prevalent around the forecast area to start this Thursday. But I will say by this afternoon, we will transition into a more sunny pattern. And that sunny pattern will be here to stay all the way through the weekend. But we do have to get through the clouds and fog this morning first. It is not a different morning, or I should say the morning that we're going through right now is not different than the last couple of mornings. You would never know that we are going to have sunshine on the way this afternoon, especially after what we went through yesterday. In the Tri-Cities, we are right now sitting at 34 degrees underneath those mostly cloudy skies. Also be mindful that there are some areas of mist and drizzle out there as you are beginning this penultimate day of the work week. As we do look out at the weather headlines today, though, there is going to be the sunshine that is returning to the forecast area today, as I've already mentioned. That will set the stage for a cool and sunny weekend. And not only will afternoons be cool, overnights are going to be turning rather cold. We'll touch more on all three of these weather headlines in greater depth coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson. We begin this morning in Yakima. An electric fire destroyed a property Tuesday night. The fire started when the wall of a building from the 1920s collapsed and caused sparks to fly out of an electric box, which in turn ignited dry wood. West Valley's fire chief said that the firefighters were at the scene for 2.5 hours, but it would have been shorter if the power to the building was out when they got there. There was also a fire in Grandview Tuesday night going into Wednesday morning. This was in the downtown area of the city near the intersection of East 2nd and Division Streets. Fire agencies from Yakima and Benton County helped aid the effort to extinguish the blaze. The fire spread to a few businesses downtown along with a car that was parked out front. We will update you on this fire as we learn more. And switching gears this morning with flu season in full swing, new statewide data shows Washington is seeing a spike in flu hospitalizations and ER visits, which are up compared to previous seasons. Locally in Benton and Franklin counties, 39 people have been admitted to our hospitals for the flu since the beginning of the month. Health leaders say they believe we may have seen our local cases peak in the last week, but it's something they're always keeping an eye on.
But we're still at really high activity, I guess is what I would emphasize. So there's still a lot of respiratory illness going around. Most of the time we're worried about like the youngest babies under 6 months old. We've seen improvement because there's been vaccines available.
Cases of whooping cough and RSV have also been on the rise this year, but you can protect yourself from those illnesses just like from the flu by getting your vaccines and frequently washing your hands. If you're sick, you should stay home to avoid spreading it to others. And surgeons at Astoria Sunnyside Hospital have a new tool that they can use to help assist with hip and knee replacements. The Mako Smart Robotic System can use a CT scan to make sure the surgeon is able to cut precisely and accurately. They have had this machine since December, and doctors are already seeing a difference in how they conduct their orthopedic surgery.
Previously, we had to do it freehand, which then obviously can deviate. It's hard to know exactly, but the robot can basically detect where the bone is and perform those precision cuts without very, very little error. And that allows us to put the implants in the correct position every time for every patient.
Dr. Tan has already used the machine in 3 surgeries, and he has more planned uses of this technology in the future. And the Tri-Cities has a myriad of outdoor amenities, from the Badger Mountain Trail to vast parks along the river. But one corner of Richland's Riverfront Trail is in need of a facelift, and officials have begun that process. Take a look. If you've traveled down the Riverfront Trail here in Richland, you've probably noticed the fence going up, the art installation disappearing, and the basalt pillars falling over. And the city has noticed it too, which is why behind the scenes, they've been hard at work trying to fix it.
This is a loved part of Richland, and so we're excited to get this restored and get this viewpoint back for the community to enjoy.
But it's going to take some work. For months, the city has been keeping a keen eye on the situation, which has been a dynamic one, according to Chris Waite with the Parks and Facilities Department.
So the water comes in, it goes out, and slowly over time that caused erosion here at this site.
And the basalt pillars dipping their toes into the water, a clear sign that more eroded than officials hoped over the last year, leading to new fences and empty bolts where an art piece once stood.
Right now, the toe of the slope is kind of sitting right at the high water mark, so it just over time just erodes away, undermines, and the columns start falling in.
That's Mark Levanway, a civil engineer for the Atomic City. He says there's two options. The first, a stackable concrete block wall, stabilized with rocks.
We're going to have the bottom of it kind of be above where the water is kind of high, so the water's not going to get there and erode, and they'll be embedded in the soil.
The other, a vegetation slope.
We would just slope it back and put grass and rock and vegetation and kind of be at the same level. It's just it'd be a cheaper solution compared to the concrete block wall, but with the concrete walls, you keep the viewing area, so you got to weigh that too.
Yeah, so there seems like there's a little bit of a trade-off kind of idea happening. That must make it tough to make a decision like that.
Yeah, but that's what I get paid to do.
And part of Levanway's job, getting through the red tape.
We have to go through our design phase, and we have to go through permitting, which could be quick or could be long, and then go through the construction phase.
As for that art piece,
we're still evaluating the options to see what space is available, but we have preserved it in our storage facility, and so our hope is to bring it back here and give it its home back.
now officials say this is the priority, but they also add there's some sections of the river that are facing some early stages of erosion, and those are on the docket to be fixed too. In Richland, Dave Furtado, KEPR Action News. Thanks, me. And Levanway adds the permitting process when it comes to shore work is a bit more in-depth, with local tribes, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, and the State Department of Fish and Wildlife being involved. An undertaking, though, he says he's familiar with. And with that, let's jump right over to meteorologist Jefferson Donovan, because Jefferson, I actually asked him what would become of those basalt pillars.
Yeah.
There's talks to kind of either utilize it as a decorative thing to kind of keep it involved, because, you know, the area has a lot of basalt pillars in that area to kind of keep it all the same, or they just might move it somewhere else to do something else with those. So we'll see. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Let's jump right over the weather, though, because we got some sunshine. A good day, probably, to get outdoors if you're going to be running on the trail or doing anything outdoors.
Yeah, I would say that today is going to be a rather pleasant day. There's clouds and fog this morning, even with some of that mist and drizzle, but by this afternoon, we will see passing clouds and sunshine. Daytime high temperatures today are going to be quite warm, especially compared to the last couple of days, climbing all the way into the mid-40s, maybe even upper 40s in the Pendleton area. I would say that this afternoon is going to be the best day to get outdoors in the coming days. We'll keep the sunshine, but also see a big cool down. We'll talk about that more coming up.